Good morning, students. Today, myself Archana Upadhyay, I am going to teach you tenses. As you know, tenses are the most important part of grammar. Without tenses, we cannot do anything in English grammar. We cannot solve the exercises. We cannot solve the exercises, we cannot do the question answers, we cannot write down the articles, and it is the base of grammar. Okay, tenses are the base of grammar. So I'm going to start first of all present indefinite tense. Okay, and idea of present indefinite tense is ता है, ती है, ते हैं, ता हूँ, etc. In affirmative sentences, the rule becomes subject plus verb plus object. In singular subject, we add as or es in verb, and in plural subject, no need to add as or es in verb. Okay? For example, suppose I have not written example, but you can see the example. Suppose we are saying he goes. It means he is singular and we are using es in verb go. But when it is plural, they do their work. Okay, they do their work. They is plural and we are not using any s or es in verb. Now this is the rule for affirmative sentences. Now I am going to start negative sentences. Okay, in negative sentences we use do not or does not. Does not is used for singular subjects and do not is used for plural subject, and the whole rule is subject plus do not or does not, then verb. If verb is written, only verb is written, it means you have to use first form of verb. Otherwise, if we need, we can write second or third form. And after that, object. Examples of these type of sentences are, suppose it is singular, she does not learn her lesson. Suppose it is plural, then they do not learn their lesson. When we are solving interrogative sentences, that time, as you know, there are two types of interrogative. First, starting from helping verb, and second, WH word. Okay, so in helping verb type, first of all we use the helping verb. Then do or does, as I have told you, does with singular subject and do with plural subject. And then subject. After that verb, then object, and then question mark. Okay. Now WH type. Okay, the example of helping verb type interrogative, do they play cricket? And when it is WH type, then first of all we use WH word, then do or does, then subject, then verb, and then object. Okay, and after that the example of these type of sentences is, when do they play cricket? When, as I have told you, we have used in starting. Then because it is they is plural subject, that's why we have used do, then subject they, then play, and then cricket, and question mark also. I hope you have understood. Now I am starting present continuous tense. Present continuous tense affirmative sentences. Idea of present continuous tense is रहा है, रही है, रहा हूँ, रहे हो, etc. And rule for present continuous affirmative sentence is subject plus is or are or am. Then verb in ing form. In continuous tenses, we always use verb in ing form. Then object. For example, she is going to market. Okay, if the subject is singular, then we use is. If subject is plural, then we use are, and with I we use am. She is going to market. Negative sentences. In negative present continuous, first of all we use subject, then is rm, then not, then verb in ing form, then object. For example, she is not singing a song. As I have already told you, where we use is, are, or am. In interrogative sentences, first of all, as I have already told you, there are two types of interrogatives. So first of all, I am going to describe helping verb type. In helping verb type, first of all we use is rm, then subject, then verb in ing form, after that object followed by question marks. And in WS type words, WS type of interrogative sentences, first of all we use WH word, then helping verb, then subject, then verb in ing form, followed by object and question mark. The example of these interrogative sentences are you doing your homework? In WS type, what are you doing in my office? Okay. Now we come to present perfect tense. Present perfect tense ID is चुका है, चुकी है, चुके हैं, चुका हूँ, etc. And the rule is subject plus has or have. With singular we use has, with plural subject we use have. But in perfect tense, one thing is surely you must know, we use always third form of verb. Okay, third form of verb. Then object. Example, she has written a letter. In singular subject has, I have already told you. When it is negative sentence, then first of all subject, then has or have, then not, plus third form of verb, then object. Example is, you have not paid your rent. All the tenses are same, just a bit difference in all, and mainly about helping verb and sometimes verb forms. In interrogative sentences, helping verb type, first of all we use has or have, then subject, then third form of verb, then object, and then question mark. Examples, have you seen my new car? And then WS type example, In WH type, first of all we use WH word and then has or have, then subject, then verb, 3 and then object. And we can do when have you seen my new car. Suppose we use when or any WH word before have, that time we can make it interrogative WH type. Present perfect tense. Okay, it was present perfect tense completed. Now present perfect continuous tense. Time is given. Okay, idea of these tenses रहा है, रही है plus time. Okay, so first of all, rule of affirmative: subject, then has or have, then been, after that verb in ing form, then object, then since or for, and then time. Like, I have been suffering from fever since yesterday morning. And since is used for definite time and for is used for indefinite time. In negative sentences, first of all we use subject, then has or have, then not, then been, then verb in ing form, then object, since or for, and then time. For example, they have not been doing their job for 2 weeks. In interrogative sentences, first of all, I'm talking about helping verb type. We use has or have, then subject, then been, then verb in ing form. After that, we use object, then since or for, and then time. In WH type sentences, first of all we use WH word, then helping verb, then subject, then been, then verb in ing form, object, since or for, and time. Examples of interrogative sentences of present perfect continuous are: he has been learning. Has she been learning her lesson for 2 days? And WH type, why have they been making a noise in the class since morning? Okay, so present tense is over. In my next video, I'll tell you past tense. Thank you.